keep pounding. Keep pounding. Carolina, stand up. We gon' keep pounding. Week after week, we gon' keep pounding. Team after team, we gon' keep pounding. Plus we Super Bowl bound and we gon' keep pounding. Carolina, stand up. We gon' keep pounding. Week after week, we gon' keep pounding. Team after team, we gon' keep pounding. Plus we Super Bowl bound and we gon' keep pounding. I predict the Super Bowl, Carolina on the way.
Hey, what's up, folks? It's the Panther Fan Talk. That was my best Eric What's Up, folks, that I could muster. He's not with us today, but I'm Will, and we're here for a NFC Championship edition of the Panther Fan Talk. It only gets one game better than this, folks. So Sunday, Arizona coming to town, and winner goes to the Super Bowl, the big dance. Wait, that's the Final Four. We might go there too, I don't know. But I know I'm pumped up for the game. I'm not as certain about it as I was about the Seattle win, but obviously I think we got a good shot. I mean, we're the number one team in the NFL. Carolina, that is. But Arizona all season long has probably been number two. After people got past that whole BS of Carolina's the worst undefeated team ever and all that madness. But once things sorted out, it really looked like Carolina won, Arizona 2 for a long time. Seattle beat them around a few weeks back, and really they haven't looked like the same team. You know, their playoff win wasn't exactly impressive against what looked like the worst team left in the playoffs at the time, and that's Green Bay. But they come rolling into Carolina. You've got, obviously, Carson Palmer, who was possibly the runner-up at MVP to Cam Newton. You've got a trio of receivers that's as good as any trio in the league, with Brown, Fitzgerald, Malcolm Floyd, and you got their little rookie running back Johnson. And he's a good receiver out the backfield, but, I mean, just really an all-around good back. However, he's coming into a spot, when you talk about their running game, that we've got the best linebacking core in the league. We've got possibly the best two linebackers in the league. We've got guys sitting on the bench that could start for probably 20 to 25 other teams in the NFL. Two studs at defensive tackle, which you saw at the beginning of the Seattle game, with K'Wan Short, Star Lotulelei. Both of them just absolutely took over the start of that game, and a huge reason why Carolina jumped out to that 31-0 lead. So I really don't see Arizona, especially without the threat of a quarterback being able to run, doing anything on the ground. But from what I've heard, they're coming out, Bruce Arians might be coming out not even looking to run, just 5 wide, 4 wide, really trying to pick on the Panthers' depleted secondary. So, what are we going to do about that? That's kind of the big topic right here in Carolina. You got Josh Norman locking down whoever he's on, but that's one guy. And Finnegan and McClain look shaky, as well as Coleman, and we all know that Harper's not covering too many people at, 47 years old. So how do we combat that? That's, like I said, the question of the week. But looking back at it, looking back at the Seattle game, maybe it's not as big an issue as we think. Everybody's pointing to that second half, but maybe that's a scheme thing. If you look at it, all season long when we've had big leads, we've lost them regardless of who was on that side. They start throwing the ball over there. Maybe it's because we're running, deeper coverages. Just that bend but don't break. You saw the one big play that McClain had was in the end zone. It was on a touchdown saving play, where it's no longer bend but don't break, but actually just stop the other team. So maybe it's the McClain, Coleman, and Finnegan that we saw in the first half. The one where Finnegan got the interception, the one where McClain almost had the pick on the dive. So maybe it's not as big an issue as everyone's thinking it is. And on the other side, Arizona's dealing with similar issues. I mean, you saw Green Bay going after their corner the entire time opposite Patrick Peterson. I think we get Ginn over there. I think one of the big keys to the game is to get Ginn going again. Hopefully not dropping again, but we get him, Corey Brown, or Funchess on that side, and we can exploit that weakness. So, I imagine in Arizona they're sitting there with the same fears. Now, we're not going to come out and go 5 wide, but what we might do is come out and just run it down their throat. If we could run it straight down the field against Seattle, we can certainly do it against Arizona. So you've got Cam, MVP in the backfield with Tolbert and Stewart, and no one's been able to figure that out all season. You're going to have the reverse option with, you know, even Cotry. For some reason we run that, but especially with Brown and Ginn. So you've heard it from multiple sources, including after last week's win from Pete Carroll, that this is the hardest offense to prepare for in the NFL. They're not saying that about Arizona. They're saying that about Carolina. With the read option, the multiple deep looks, the just all-around passing game from Cam Newton. You don't get 35 touchdowns in the air, 10 on the ground without being diverse as an offense, and that's just your quarterback. So Arizona's going to have their hands full, especially without the Honey Badger back there. Defensively, again, we still got Luke and Thomas Davis. Everybody's talking about how they're going to come out going 4 wide, 5 wide, but they're underestimating our linebackers. These are guys that combined for 8 interceptions in the regular season. Luke with a pick 6 already in the playoffs. So if you want to come out and try to pick on those guys because you've got, you know, your tight end and an extra receiver on the field, and Carolina's still in the nickel, then you go right ahead, be my guest. But they're not going to do that for long, and even if they catch the ball, they're not going to enjoy it. So at the end of the day, I think that Carson Palmer, I mean, he struggled really the last couple weeks. He's, you know, second. I think he's got 2 playoff starts. This is going to be his 3rd. I don't expect him to have the same jitters, but when the pressure's coming straight up the middle of the field against a guy that can't run, and that's where Carolina brings the pressure from with, again, those 2 massive defensive tackles. I mean, I think it's going to be a rough day. And I've also heard that people close to the Cardinals have said that they think they can get Norman deep. Be my guest with that one. Please, somebody get this to Arians. Throw it deep on Norman. Please throw it deep on Norman. That's what we want to see all game. Just keep going after him. So if that's true, then lock this junk up. It's over already. If that truly came from that coaching staff that they think they can get Norman, then they've got a rude awakening coming here about 6:30 on Sunday evening. And though I'm not sure that that's accurate, that they're really going to go after that, I am sure that Carolina's whole blown leads thing hasn't really been, you know, it wasn't a blown lead last week. The lead wasn't actually blown. We still had it at the end of the game. But so that's not going to be a factor. And ultimately, we're just better than they are. So I see the final score being going to Carolina, #1 scoring offense in the NFL, and I got them scoring 34 against Arizona, and I've got Arizona scoring 24 against Carolina. I think we pulled away late, and that's a wrap. We get ready for the Super Bowl. So, hey, I hope to see some of you guys at the game. I plan to be there. I plan to be cheering afterwards, yelling in the tunnel, screaming to the car about 2 miles away because I'm too cheap to pay for the expensive parking. And, hey, check us out right back here after the game. Sometime after the game, check us out back here for the Super Bowl preview. And, as always, keep pounding.